Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the public hearing. Our mayor is ill this morning, and as your council president, I will conduct this meeting. Little housekeeping. If you brought your phone, please silence it.
Okay.
I forget to do it many times. The purpose of this public hearing is to receive public comments on the proposed 2020 budget, as well as the proposed millage rate for the 2019 ad valorem taxes. No additional public hearings are scheduled. The budget and millage rate are on the agenda to be adopted at a special call council meeting on October 24th at 10 a.m. at this location.
Yes, sir.
A little housekeeping. We're going to ask about the funds and the millage rate. We're going to ask you if you're opposed, if you have any opposition questions. We ask you to stand, state your name and address, and make your comment. The comments will be recorded. We will not respond. So, to proceed, on the general fund of the budget for 2020, are anyone in opposition to the budget? And again, as I say, please stand, state your name and your comment.
Just a point of order. Are we allowed to ask any questions?
No, sir.
Okay.
It is comment only in a public hearing. You can ask questions.
Thank you.
If there are no comments in opposition to the 2020 City of Sky Valley budget, we'll move on. Are there any comments in favor of the 2020 Sky Valley City budget as published so far? If there are no comments, we'll close the floor for comments
The enterprise
in
fund.
general fund.
Right.
Now to the enterprise funds. First, do we take them separately?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can
that's
do
what I
it. So you can just do
The water fund.
You can do them both together because they're both enterprise.
Well, I'll do it separately. The water fund. Are there any comments in opposition to the water fund budget for 2020? Please stand, state your name, make your comment.
All right, my name is Ed Morley, and I'm questioning the solid waste budget for the reasons that the 2019 budget was $179,000, and it looks like we're going to spend $150,000. I'm sorry, the revenue budget was $214, and we didn't come near to spending that, but then we're budgeting the same amount for the following year. And I have a personal issue with that because somehow they doubled our garbage rates at Valley View, which I think Ron may want to speak to as well, because I didn't see the justification for doing it. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Any other comments in opposition to the water budget proposed for 2020? Are there any comments in favor of the water budget for 2020? If not, we'll ask if there are any comments in opposition to the 2020 budget for the solid waste fund.
Ed Morley, let me correct my comments, because I think I was commenting on the solid waste budget, not the water budget. Thank you.
Any further comments?
Yeah, my name is Ron Jakubiec. I live in Valley View. Obviously, all of you know through my written communication about my concern about the increase in waste budget last year. Ours went up 92%. I haven't had time to study this. I just saw this morning. I agree with Ed. I see another increase. Somehow you gotta figure out how to get that waste management budget down. I mean, it's crazy at this point. 92% increase for us on 48 residences was astronomical and budget busting. So the council needs to look at that closely. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Lastly, is anyone in favor of the budget for solid waste? If you have a favorable comment, please stand, state your name and make a comment.
Well, Jack Jasinski at Forest Hills. I'm looking at this and I'm a little confused. Ron made the comment that we're looking at another increase, and someone, if that would be true, I too want more introspect as to what has occurred here. I know in past years there were considerable profits, and I forgot to bring that paperwork, but I know, for example, in I think it was 18, or 17, there was 44,000. The year prior to that was more than that. And then when we get into 18, we were headed in a good direction. And then I think, I don't know what the final result was there. It probably is here, and I'll have to look at that. But then I know very quickly into that 19 budget comes a substantial increase for 172 units in this community, which provided considerably more income. And opposite of that, we get hit with a $34,000 depreciation amount and an additional employee. And now we've got another 20,000 depreciation. I think that the depreciation figure needs to be looked at. Something seems out of skew here. We're getting the same basic service, the same number of visits from the department as far as collection of the refuse, and yet here we go. If there is an increase, I certainly would be not in favor of that. I don't see the need at this point. Thank you.
If there are no further comments, this ends our public hearing for the 2020 budget. Thank you.